Bring Her Back is directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, who directed Talk to Me, 2022's. And I believe they started out on YouTube doing short horrors, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I need to be corrected on that. And I'm going to be straight up. I watched this on a Scream Unseen. It gets released at the end of the month. I saw Talk to Me the same way. And I came out of that thinking, and I came out of it thinking, there was so much really good stuff in that, but it just didn't sit right with me. And then something really weird happens, and I love when this films do this. It sat with me, and it marinated. And the more I thought about it, and more I thought about how it ended, because it was the ending that I didn't like. It was very, very bleak and kind of miserable. And I sort of walked away going, and then it kept going and going and going. And the more I thought about it, and I was like, actually, it's kind of perfect. And the events leading up to it, this film's gonna really have to sit with me. This film is haunting. I looked over at one point. I'm like this. I looked over, and there's a dude, and he just looked at me, and we just stared at each other. And this film, this film is dark. It's bleak. It's it's scary, but it's very, very clever. There are things in this film that they set up from the very beginning. Even just a scene where somebody's stroking someone's forehead, and that motion, and that it comes back later on. The reason somebody's playing music, or the reason someone sprays them, it all comes back. It all everything circulates in such an amazing way. And this film's very funny for a film that's very, very dark. Now I've got to bring this up because I want to give props where they're due. Sally Hawkins, incredible in this film. Very very James McAvoy in certain things that he's done recently. Billy Barrett's great, but Sora Wong plays Piper, and this is her first film on IMDb. This is the first thing, and for this to be her first film, she is a star in this film. She is incredible. She's funny. She holds her own against everyone else. So Sarah Wong plays Piper, and I'm going to bring it back up because I'm terrible with names. And Billy Barrett play Andy, and they are siblings or step siblings who kind of their relationship is what brings you into this. So they lose their dad, and they have to go and stay with Sally Hawkins is Laura, who, by the way, from the outset, incredible. Don't go indoors. Just the second you meet her, you feel uneasy, and that's not a diss on the actress. She plays it so well. Um, and then chaos ensues. Scary stuff happens. Even the jump scares. There's one particular jump scare in this film, and they never feel cheap or out of place. They are done and very, very sparingly because it's not. It's the intensity that the directors bring to this film that really, really sort of works. This film is so tense. And if you liked Talk to Me, you'll love this. This feels like a step up, and I found that was a terrifying experience. And I will say my one criticism of this film, which is what I mentioned at the beginning that I would like to marinate on, is the ending. It's very, very much a It's Always Sunny, and then it just ends. That's not a spoiler in any way, by the way. I feel like the resolution that I was expecting wasn't there, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not yet. I think it's going to take me a few days to think on it because I felt like they were setting up certain things with the dialogue that they were using and the events that building up to, and then they went away from that. And I don't know yet if it's how I feel about the ending, but I can tell you that everything that leads up to that was done to perfection. I can't speak on the just the raw intensity of this film. And then more so than that, when those things go down, what they did really well in Talk to Me, and you've seen it in the trailer, is the body horror, the visual, the how they bring that together, the creepiness. This is the best horror film that I hope I never watch again. I cannot, I cannot. No, just straight up. This is fantastic. I honestly, I think as that, I'm gonna leave it at that. Watch this film if you like horror. If you don't like horror, drag your friends, because smaller budget films like this, where they're using everything they've got, it doesn't require a lot, and you can feel the passion in there for the genre, and it feels like they are another step in. I grew up on slashers, and slashers do not require a lot. 6'5" dude, big mask, or a couple of teenagers, sex, drugs, slashy, slashy, great. And then we get into the more cerebral, and this is another step in that. I hope that makes sense. It's very late, been a very long day. Go and see this film. It is, when it comes out, it is incredible. Oh, before I go, my books are on anywhere that you can buy books. And yeah, if you happen to pick one up, and one for your friends, loved ones, siblings, step siblings, the film thing, not a weird thing. Um, yeah, and I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.